Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Professor Sides, and this course is Principles of Microeconomics. This is Chapter 1, 10 Principles of Economics. Think of this segment of your lecture as the bonus feature of a movie download or a secret track on a music download. And basically, this segment will be to give you some tips and tricks and some strategies on how to read and study your textbook. You have already been given a daily agenda, so you know what are the assigned due dates within your classes, and you will know what topics are going to be covered on which dates. Any changes that will be made will be announced in class. And so with this knowledge, you should be able to read the chapter or chapters or segments before you come to class. When you do, then you will get more out of it because, as you know, in class we will work through problems, we will have discussions and debates, and we will do simulations. And it's easier for us to do that if you've done the homework ahead of time, which is to read your textbook and to listen to the lectures. When you're reading the textbook, it is so easy to just highlight what we think are important passages within the textbook. I want to challenge you not to highlight. Not that you shouldn't do it at all, but if you're going to do it, then I want you to more appropriately, I want you to summarize. So I want you to read a paragraph or read a section or a segment of your reading and then summarize. So summarize, the summary of what you've read would be your notes. And again, you'll be able to use portions of your notes in class. You'll be able to use your notes in class as you're having the discussion. And I'm still trying to decide whether or not you can use your notes on the test. We'll discuss that in class. But highlighting is passive, summarizing is active. And the more you put into your study, the more you're going to get out of your study. When you summarize it, you're putting what you've read in your own words. That allows your brain time to read it, digest it, and then you put it in your own words. That shows that you comprehend what you've read. If you can't summarize it in your own words, if you don't understand, can't comprehend, then that's a question that needs to be raised in class, or you can email me. But again, let me challenge you not just to read and highlight because you're less likely to retain the information. I want to encourage you to read and summarize so that you can retain it, not just for in-class discussions, but also you'll be able to retain it for the test in class and at the end of your senior year when you're doing your exit level exams. Also, when you're reading and studying your textbook, at the end of each section, there's a quick quiz. Challenge yourself to see if you can answer it without flipping back to the book. If you can answer those quick quizzes, then that increases the likelihood of you understanding the material, so that when we do the assignments, you can do it and it not take a long time for you to do the work. And again, this confirms that you will understand the material that you've read, the literature that you've read, and it will make doing the assignments easier. And then number 4, practice, practice, practice. Let me add to this, perfect practice makes perfect. You are currently preparing yourselves for what you will do when you leave here, whether you will go off to grad school or whether you will join the workforce. And perfect practice here in the workforce, in grad school, perfect practice makes perfect. Here it says to go online. We do not have access to that material. If you bought the book, you might have access to it. If you rented the book, I doubt that you will. But go online, not just necessarily to this website, but go online when you're reading and gathering information for in the news segment, when you are trying to understand a more difficult concept, when you're trying to find a real world application to a concept that we're discussing in class, and also for an assignment, the online is your resource. It is a tool to be used. Let me caution you against sites like Wikipedia, which are not necessarily the most authoritative and objective. So be cautious and careful about where online you go, but don't not use online as a resource and tools. And then finally, in class, you've been assigned to a study group. Please, 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 please avail yourself, make yourself available to the study group. Multiple heads learning and thinking through assignments, case studies, test prep, policy debates are better than one. And study groups also work because you might understand a concept that someone else doesn't, and or they might understand a concept that you don't. And if that is the case, then you can teach each other the concept you understand, because again, when you teach someone, that also confirms that you understand the concept, you understand the principle, you understand the vocabulary, and that confirms your knowledge, and that means that you will do better on your assignments, better on the projects and the case studies and the simulations and the problems and the tests. And then also, economics is life. Economics is life. So if you find yourself not fully understanding a concept, check the textbook, check online, ask me for some real world examples that would better help you understand those concepts. And then I want you, at the end of the day, when you have left this class, I want you to be readers. I want you to be critical thinkers. I want you to be my personal firefighters. Economics happens all around you if you are paying attention. And the best way to pay attention is to know what you're looking for. So again, let me encourage you to purchase the textbook. Let me encourage you to read and study the textbook. Let me encourage you to take notes, to work in your study groups, to practice, 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 to test yourself, to teach someone, and make sure that when you are looking around, pay attention to those examples that you find in the real world based on the theories that we discuss in class. I look forward to speaking with you in class, and I look forward to talking to you again via lecture. Have a good one.